what's going on, guys? This is Almost X for Wrestling. Whoa, whatever happened to our theme song? And we are continuing our Payback predictions series with the main event of the evening, which is, of course, for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. The current champion, Seth Rollins, will take on Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, and Randy Orton in a fatal four-way match. This probably one of the most anticipated matches of the night. It's the main event. And I'm going to hand it over to Kyle. Give some background. Tell us who you think will win, why, all that. Go ahead.
Yes, we have a fatal four-way match here. For Seth Rollins, like you said, defending the WWE World Heavyweight Championship against Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose and Randy Orton, so fellow members of the Shield, former members of the Shield, and Randy Orton. So this should be a very, very great main event. It's the first fatal four-way main event in a very long time.
Battleground.
At a pay-per-view. Yeah, since Battleground, so. Was it Battleground? Yeah, when John Cena beat Roman Reigns, Kane, and I'm not even sure who was the fourth guy in that match, but yeah, so fatal four-way main event here, and I don't know, this has been a very, really tough one to predict. Of course, Seth Rollins won the WWE Championship at WrestleMania. Roman Reigns was involved in the main event at WrestleMania, but lost, and this is Dean Ambrose's first main event in quite a while, and of course, Randy Orton, who lost at the previous pay-per-view Extreme Rules to Seth Rollins. So let me get into the prediction here. I'm going to go in a style in which I will eliminate people from, I will say why I'm not going to predict these other three, so let me start off with the first guy I'm not going to predict. Roman Reigns, he's not going to win the WWE Championship. It's not his time. I just don't think he's going to do it this pay-per-view. I think they're going to wait him out until later in the year for him to win the championship. So he was immediately out of mine. And the second guy I'm not going to predict is Dean Ambrose. I don't know. I really want Ambrose to win, but at the same time, he's getting all of the momentum, and that's a great thing. I think it'll be a phenomenal performance. A lot of people expect him to turn. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen. I'm not going to go ahead and create a bunch of predictions about who's going to turn and who's not. We'll see what happens. But I just don't think Ambrose is going to walk out of Baltimore with the WWE Championship. I just don't think it's his time as well. I mean, it is, but at the same time, I think he needs a couple big wins before he gets that. I mean, so even though he had a good win against Rollins to get into the match, but I don't know. I just don't think it's his overall time to win. He did win at the last season. Didn't he win in Extreme Rules, I think? I don't know. But Ambrose is definitely a good guy to have in the match. Just is not his time. And the third guy that I'm predicting not going to win is Seth Rollins. And this is really crazy. I mean, I didn't know who to predict. It was between Randy Orton and Seth Rollins. And the reason I'm not picking Seth Rollins is because of one man, that's Brock Lesnar. And I know Lesnar's going to return real soon. It's it's May now. So within 3 months is SummerSlam. And around SummerSlam is when he was rumored to return, but I think he's going to return a little bit earlier than that. I don't expect him to return at Payback, but I do expect him to return before SummerSlam. And the reason I think that Rollins is going to lose the championship is because WWE has been setting up for a very, very long time. Randy Orton versus Brock Lesnar, we've never seen it before. And I think that something like that's going to happen. And I think that maybe Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, and Seth Rollins are going to be involved in a three-way feud, not for the championship. I think that's going to be fun. That's what I really, really want to see out of this. I don't want to see it over the championship. Yeah, it'd be cool if it was over the championship, but Randy Orton is a very, very valuable superstar. And like I think Joe said it the other day, he's still in his prime. So it's not like Orton's a past memory, kind of like Triple H and kind of like John Cena in a way. I think Randy Orton's still popular with the fans. Randy Orton still has what it takes to main event every pay-per-view. He's not like Undertaker, not like Triple H, where he only wrestles on a part-time basis. Orton has been wrestling every day since 2002. I mean, yeah, he's been injured here, he's taking breaks, but he has been a consistent wrestler, and for him to win the WWE Championship again would be such a surprise. I think that he's like the fourth guy in this match that people are predicting. Like, it's like, a lot of people are going with Rollins to retain, some are going with Ambrose to win, some are going with Reigns, and then a very, very select few, including myself, is going with Randy Orton. And I don't know, it'll be Randy Orton's like 14th WWE Championship, and where he'll go after it'll be surprising. You know, will they continue the Randy Orton versus Seth Rollins feud? Will they? Who knows? But I expect it to be an overall fun, fatal four-way match. A lot of action, a lot of close falls, and it'd be cool if it was an elimination fatal four-way match. So it'll be so fun to see who's gonna turn, who's gonna stay, is Kane gonna get involved in some way? You know, what's gonna happen there? So there'll be a lot of different scenarios. Is Triple H going to get involved? I mean, could this be setting up for Randy Orton versus Triple H in the future? Could this be Seth Rollins' face turn, a reformation of the Shield? You know, there's a bunch of different outcomes that could happen, but I think I'm going to go with the safe route. Or I mean, at the same time, it's safe, but it's crazy too, of picking Randy Orton to win the WWE Championship. So, there's my prediction. Do you agree? Go ahead, Joe. Talk for a while. I did. I talked about it for a long time, so. The mic is yours. Go ahead and say everything you got to say about this match. Tell me why I'm wrong, or tell me why I'm right. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you, sir. I respect your prediction. I'm gonna go ahead and do what you did. I'll go by each member of this match, I guess, participant in this match, and say pretty much eliminate him as we go. So I'm gonna have to first of all, like, this is crazy. You said this is crazy when you made your prediction of who you picked to win. I'm gonna go ahead and say this is crazy, but I'm gonna take out Randy Orton right away. So we don't agree on this prediction. We already get out of this. He's the person who I took out right away. Like, I totally do not expect him to win. But I do respect your prediction. You didn't go with, like, the popular vote of who's gonna win. So that's respectable, but I'm gonna next take out Dean Ambrose. I'm gonna take him out because for all the reasons you said, you know, he hasn't had that many big wins. Of course, he beat Rollins and all that, but you know, he needs momentum before he wins a championship all suddenly, you know. And the next person I'm gonna take out is a former member of the Shield. I'm gonna have to go with. I'm gonna have to take out.
Roman Reigns.
Yes, Roman Reigns. I'm gonna have to take Roman Reigns out of this match. For all the reasons you said as well. He's not ready yet. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Seth Rollins retaining the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. And I like what you're saying about involvement with it. See if Kane gets involved. By God. And you know, obviously the stipulation that we forgot to mention was that if Seth Rollins loses this match, Kane is fired from the Authority. He will no longer be the director of operations. So that'll be interesting to see. But will Kane get involved? I think he may. I think he may attempt to, which sets me up for something I wasn't planning on saying before. I'll get to that in a minute. And I like what you're saying about Brock Lesnar. At first, I thought you were going to say that he was going to return, which I don't think will happen, and you said he wasn't either. Yeah, it should be around SummerSlams when he's expected to get involved in some kind of rivalry. You were saying that he would feud with Randy Orton for the title. That makes sense, but in my opinion, Rollins will keep the title until SummerSlam at least. So there goes my predictions for every pay-per-view going forward. Sorry about that, but no one's really watching. But I'm gonna have to, yeah. It'll set up for Lesnar versus Rollins at SummerSlam. It only makes sense because, pretty much, Orton is a face right now, and I mean, this could be a video itself, but I think Lesnar at this point is pretty much a face. I'm not going to get too much into it, but yeah, he's pretty much a face, I'd say. So I don't see them facing each other at SummerSlam. He was suspended because of the Authority, so I think he's going to want to attack Seth Rollins, who he's had a history with, and I think it only makes sense. But that's a long-term prediction. But yeah, I'm going to have to go with Rollins here. And, oh, this is what I was going to say. This will set up a very interesting thing, which I don't think it will happen, but I just thought of a crazy idea. for this match. If Brock Lesnar wasn't on such a weird schedule, I would book it like this. He comes out to the ring while the referee's like knocked out or something. He'll like attempt to like double choke slam like Ambrose and Reigns, and then like, oh my gosh, Lesnar comes out, and then I don't know. Eventually, Rollins would eventually win, obviously, but that would be a crazy idea. I just thought of. I don't think it'll happen, but I just thought I'd say that because I have the microphone this time. So, do you have any further comments, Kyle?
Oh yeah, a little bit. I liked what you said about the Brock Lesnar Randy Orton feud potentially not happening. I mean, I kind of looked a little bit away from the face versus face thingy because one thing that we've never seen is a Randy Orton versus Brock Lesnar feud. They've never even like been seem to be on the same brand, seem to be on TV at the same time. It's like they have been, but like Brock Lesnar's first run in the company from like 2000 to like 2004 or whatever. Randy, I keep saying Rollins, but Orton was on Raw and Lesnar was on SmackDown, so it's like they were involved in WWE at the same time, but on different shows. It's like ever since Lesnar returned, Orton's kind of been away from Lesnar, and they haven't really been involved with each other. So that'll be really interesting to see, and it could potentially happen. But there's so many different scenarios that could happen here. This reminds me of I believe it was I don't even know. It was like one pay-per-view that it was similar, but this Fatal 4-Way match, it's like this is an extremely unpredictable main event. I feel like any of the four can win. Like if Ambrose wins, I would be surprised, but at the same time, I could see it happening just due to all the momentum that he's been getting. Like at the same time, has no momentum, but at the same time, he has a lot. It's weird, but he's been on top at the end of the shows, but he hasn't been winning all the big matches in the past year like these other guys have. If Rollins will win, it will be no surprise him retaining the championship. If Orton wins, my prediction it'll be Orton another world championship for Orton, and then the big Roman Reigns, the big baby face of the company, winning will be huge, and it'll not be a surprise. So it's like any of these four guys will not be a surprise. Any of the four guys could win. It's so unpredictable. I'm so excited for this main event. At first, I really wasn't. I mean, I was, but over the past couple weeks, examining all the scenarios that could happen has gained that big match feel. It's a big main event, and so many different scenarios could happen when it comes to heel and face. We could see the Shield reunite. We could see Dean Ambrose join the Authority. We could see Roman Reigns join the Authority. We could see Randy Orton rejoin the Authority. We could see, all them. We could see. We don't rule out Brock Lesnar return. We could see Kane turn on Seth Rollins and cost him the match and have there's a ton of different scenarios. I'd say if you ask 100 people who wins this match, 25 go with Orton, 25 with Rollins, and I think that now. Even though I thought it was more on the Rollins side, I think that it's definitely going to be out there who wins. So I'd like to see. I wouldn't mind any of the four walking out with the championship. Honestly, with the exception of Roman Reigns, but definitely I would like to see 3 or 4 of these guys win. So we'll see what happens. And Battleground Payback is this Sunday. So excited for this Fatal 4-Way match. Who's gonna win? Come on.
Alright, I like what you're saying. Yeah, that's something I forgot to touch on. I forgot to mention like someone turning heel or face. Yeah. I want to get that out there really quick. I knew I had to mention it really quick. I know it's late in the video, but I think that the person who has the most possibility of turning heel or face would have to be Roman Reigns, in my opinion, because they might want to turn him heel to see how the crowd likes him then. See like how the crowd responds. But I feel like it probably won't happen. But either him or Ambrose probably have the biggest chance. I just like to point that out there. But before we end this, that's going to do it, guys. Thank you all for watching. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button for sure. And comment below who you think will win. Or send me a tweet at official AEW. And be sure to follow me there on Twitter as well. And so, yeah, I did that really quick. Kyle, tell us all about your amazing Twitter account.
Yes, at Kyle Smith AEW. Be sure to go ahead and check it out there on the Twitter. Of course, Payback Sunday, May 17th, and I will be live in attendance. Section 202. Feel like I could just record that and we could play it at the end of every one of these prediction series videos. But it's officially over. These predictions are over. We have predicted all 8 matches. We made it. We do it every single pay-per-view, and with the exception of like one, I think. I don't think we did one for some reason. Or WrestleMania or whatever. I didn't do the last 3 or something. But we were able to make it this time. We got all 8 done before the pay-per-view on Sunday. So that's so exciting, guys. Please watch these videos. Please leave comments. Do whatever. And check out who we predict. I mean, you guys have done it before. We've had great pay-per-view prediction numbers. And this time we definitely felt like we were involved. We were into it. Especially for this match. You know, we had a lot of insight on this match. On who's going to win and all. So, no doubt, at Kyle Smith AEW Payback this Sunday from Baltimore, Maryland, the Royal Farms Arena. Yes, free chicken for everyone. All right. Take it away, Joe, and let's end this shit out because our pay-per-view prediction series is over.
It is indeed over. So that's going to do it, guys. Thank you all for watching. Until next time, this is AEW.